sex, or religion. However controversial it was in the 19th century, the central argument of John Stuart Mill's On Liberty has numerous followers in the 21st. In his great and inspiring essay, Mill insisted that, as a rule, government may not legitimately coerce people if its goal is to protect them from themselves. In a defining passage, Mill contended that, quote, "The only purpose for which power may be rightfully exercised over any member of a civilized community against his will is to prevent harm to others. His own good, either physical or mental, is not a sufficient warrant. He cannot rightfully be compelled to do or forbear because it will be better for him to do so, because it will make him happier, because, in the opinion of others, to do so would be wise or even right. The only part of the conduct of anyone for which he is amenable to society is that which concerns others. In the part which merely concerns himself, his independence is, of right, absolute. Over himself, over his own body and mind, the individual is sovereign." Unquote. This, then, is Mill's harm principle, sometimes called the liberty principle. Unless there is harm to others, the government cannot exercise power over people. The idea of consumer sovereignty, central to modern economics and much political debate, is a close cousin to the harm principle. Even if Mill's own concerns seem to revolve around morals legislation, we should be able to see immediately that the harm principle raises serious doubts about many laws and regulations, including those that require people to get a prescription before obtaining certain medicines, forbid employees from working in unsafe workplaces, even if they would voluntarily run those risks, and promote food safety. In all of these cases, power is exercised over people in large part to promote their own good. When the resulting requirements are in place, people are not entirely sovereign over their own bodies and minds. My goal in this book is to challenge the harm principle on the ground that in certain contexts, people are prone to error, and paternalistic interventions would make their lives go better. In these circumstances, there is a strong and emphatically moral argument on behalf of paternalism. I will also suggest that important influences on our behavior, in grave tension with the harm principle, are essentially inevitable, and to that extent, the principle cannot get off the ground. As we shall see, the harm principle would rule out many sensible practices that are now in effect, and it would forbid many potentially beneficial reforms. Of course, it is exceedingly important to limit the power of government, and of course individuals often know best. Adults should not be treated like children. On those scores, Mill still has a great deal to teach us. But since his time, we have learned a lot that he did not and could not know, especially about human error. And what we have learned cuts at some of the foundations of the harm principle. In the United States, Europe, and elsewhere, many people endorse the harm principle. They regard national nannies as annoying meddlers at best, and perhaps as tyrants. In every recent period, democratic nations have engaged in both theoretical and practical disputes about the legitimate boundaries of paternalism. Currently, there are heated controversies over measures meant to reduce smoking and to increase exercise, and also over the food police, allegedly responsible for recent efforts to reduce the risks associated with obesity and unhealthful eating. The Simply 600 menu has not provoked much controversy, but if government tried to require or even to encourage it, a public outcry would be inevitable. In the United States, public debates have erupted over apparently sensible and life-saving laws requiring people to buckle their seatbelts or to wear helmets while riding motorcycles. Many people